Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, can you please rise to receive and welcome Her Excellency Dr. Netumbo Nandi Ndaitwah, President of the Republic of Namibia, and as the saying goes, my boss.
Please sit down. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Ria Ngurare, Prime Minister of the Republic of Namibia, for giving me the floor and for your presence at this gathering. Our Director of Ceremony, I really have to acknowledge the manner in which you are directing our proceedings. Honorable Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Industries, Mines and Energy, Natangwe Ifete, Honorable Ministers, Comrade Sophia Nango Shaningwa, Secretary General of the SWAPO Party, Deputy Ministers, our Governor for Commerce Region, Semsa Fishuna Nuyoma, and all the governors who are listening, or if there are some who are present, the Chairperson of the Public Service Commission, Ambassador Emilia Mukusa, Secretary to Cabinet, and our host, the ED of NIPAM, senior government officials, our service chiefs, captains of industries of our state-owned enterprise, our special guests, and that is the staff members of the public service, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. At the onset, I also wish to extend to you a warm welcome to each and every one of you, both attending in person and those joining us online, to this important occasion, an address by the President of the Republic of Namibia to the public service. It is with a great honor and humility that I stand before you today as your president, as a fellow servant of the Namibian people, and as a partner in the journey of transforming our nation. I have created this opportunity intentionally with specific outcome in mind. Therefore, I am delighted to see all of you present here and confident that public servants across the length and the breadth of Namibia are tuned in through the platform provided. This event is taking place when recently Namibia has been reclassified from the upper middle income to the lower middle income. A reclassification that should not really a celebration, neither should be put us down, but something that we as civil servants have to take it serious so that we claim back where we were, regardless of how they reached to that particular classification. Having said that, let me also begin by expressing my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you in the service to the government of the Republic of Namibia. In other words, to the people of Namibia. Your dedication, resilience, and hard work towards achieving the mandates of your respective offices, ministries, and agencies is noted and deeply appreciated. And I want to repeat that. I want to repeat that what you have achieved towards the mandates of your respective offices, ministries, and agencies that is of benefit to the Namibian people is noted and deeply appreciated. You, the public servants and technocrats, are an indispensable national resource. You are a national resource. You are a resource to each and every Namibian. You are the most vital component of the machinery that keeps the wheels of the government turning. If you were not there, the government would not be there. You are the gears of the engine of state administration. You are the bridge between policies and the people, between vision and the reality. We can have visions, but if you are not there to put those visions in reality, it is just as if there is nothing. Without your active, ethical, and capable participation, government cannot function effectively, nor will it deliver the required services to the nation. That's why I am thanking you not only for your presence here today, but your decision to serve the Namibian people. Public service is not merely a job, it's a professional call. In 2024, I launched my leadership vision for the 8th administration based on the 5 pillars of pragmatism, integrity, accountability, meritocracy, and inclusivity. Because we want to put everything to science. By abbreviation, you can call it PM, because now it's becoming a fashion. I knew abbreviation in science, but now you find common English language, everything is abbreviated. Sometimes becomes difficult to understand what does this one means. If it is true your choice, if it's true your choice to be a civil servant, to follow the calling of service, then I trust you have also chosen to serve with those values at heart. If you have not thought of it before I made it known, I'm appealing to you, I'm asking you, I'm advising you to have those values as well. Because if those values just remain with me, it doesn't mean anything. Because I'm not all over. You are occupying more space than the one I'm occupying in State House. And I want to take it. You believe with me, and you take those values to guide you as we are serving our people. The state has a scared responsibility to protect, promote, and fulfill the right and the inspiration of its people. It does so through the functioning of the institutions and through the hands of the public servant, meaning through your hands. Each of us in government or state-owned enterprise must understand how we fit into this machinery called the government. We must ask ourselves, what am I bringing to the workplace today to serve? That I would like that every day you leave the office, you ask yourself, what has I done today to contribute to our national goal, which is to fight poverty and bring about prosperity in Namibia? If we do not understand our role, we'll simply report for duty without making a meaningful impact. The worst case scenario is when you leave your post at the end of the day without feeling any sense of guilty when your duties remains unfulfilled. If you know you were supposed to do A, B, C, and at the end of the day, you have not reached those goals, and you are not feeling guilt about it, there is something serious wrong. And this is how inefficiency comes in. When that happens, the state will fail to meet its constitutional obligations, thus creating frustration among the citizens, leading to social and economic insecurity. When people are not given the required services which they are expecting from the government, because the government has taken an oath to protect and defend the laws and the people of Namibia, and if that is failed, then people will become frustrated, and that can lead to social and economic insecurity. Social and economic insecurities are the breeding centers for the disturbance of peace and security in any given country, and Namibia is not an exception. As Namibians, we must take pride on our peaceful and beautiful country and defend it with our right actions at all times. We must also draw strength from our hard-won independence and the gains we have made. Let us never forget where we come from. Our history must guide our future. It must be taught and preserved so that future generations cherish our peace, honor our legacy, and continue the journey to prosperity. And when we talk about taught and preserve, we don't just mean teaching in the classrooms, but with our work in our offices. Your productivity is a teaching to the generations to come. It's not possible when a young professional comes to the public service where he or she finds a highly motivated, highly productive public service, and that person does not do the same. And that is the teaching and preservance I'm talking about in as far as the public services are concerned. While public service might not bring you material wealth, it offers you something more profound. As human beings, we should not just think of material wealth. Material wealth can be so dangerous, even to your own. Public service gives you a chance to shape legacies and impact lives beyond your tenure. Even not just your tenure is a public servant. That is the teaching and the preserving of the what we do, we are talking about. If you embrace this opportunity with the right mindset as a public servant, you will find a sense of fulfillment that no salary can match. You can find that. If you are so happy with whatever house you have, a shelter, you are able to go where you want to go, and you are living in a normal life, you are more happier than living in a mansion and you don't know when the knock will come on your door. And that is really serious. You will be more healthier and you will be more productive and you will be more happy and your family will be more secure. Director of Ceremonies, today I make a humble and urgent plea. Let us adopt a basic needs and self-excellent approach. And this is not an option, colleagues. It's a necessity, it is a must. Self-excellency must be an approach. Yes, we are too few to be poor. We call ourselves a land of a brave. How can you have a land of a brave with such resources we have, but still we call ourselves as poor people? There is a contradiction. Therefore, we have to do what the government expects from us. The government must not fail those it has sworn in to serve. We have taken an oath on behalf of all of you. And for you to accept to be a civil servant, you are saying, yes, we are ready to work with you in fulfilling that oath. This means that all Namibians, regardless of race, religion, status, or location, must have equal access to basic services, clean water, sanitation, food, healthcare, education, employment, justice, and opportunities for economic advancement. As civil servants, senior civil servants, middle senior civil servants, how many of us who can survive even a month in a house in urban area that does not have running hot water? Who can survive? You all complain like nothing. I have to congratulate our Minister of Works that we have seen this on our television last night, that after our visit to our big hospitals in Windhoek, what we have discovered, we have started to address that problem. I was happy to listen to the contractor who is saying in the next 4 weeks, hot water will be running in that hospital that has been off for more than 10 years, as we were informed. And these are basic services that we are talking, that we must serve to our people. To realize this, I urge all public servants to familiarize themselves. I'm asking you, public servants, to familiarize yourself and be guided by the SWAPO Party Manifesto Implementation Plan under the theme Unity in Diversity, natural resources beneficiation for youth empowerment and sustainable development. And the National Development Plan number 6, which, as you were informed by our Prime Minister, I will have the honor to officially launch it on the 21st of July 2025, 2 days from now, where in the same occasion, I will then inform the nation what you and me have achieved in the past 3 months after I sworn in as the President of the Republic of Namibia. I emphasize me and you because what I'm going to report is what we have done together. And the nation is going to judge all of us, not just Netumbo. You might find politicians who be focusing on Netumbo, that is fine. I accepted that because there is only one president. But you might find those who are saying, are civil servants really serious to work with the president in serving the Namibian nation? So I believe we have good news to tell the nation together. In this regard, I wish to put on record my gratitude for your contribution towards the continued work of the 8th administration since assuming office. Both the CMIP and NDP 6 are documents that must serve as a blueprint to uplift the living standard and expectation of our people, particularly the youth and women. They are the majority. And I say, when you empower the majority, then the majority will be able to carry the minority so that we are all brought at a standard where we can take care of ourselves. If you empower the minority will not be able to take care of the majority who are behind. You see now that those of us like me in the position where I am, the ministers, the EDs, the management cadre, state-owned enterprise, I don't know how many messages you are receiving every day. Somebody asking you to pay for the school fees. My child is stranded here and here. That is because it's the minority, we, who are empowered. The majority are saying, having problem. Now we are not able to cope. I don't know how many you attend, but I'm telling you, I'm not able to cope. So that's why empowering the majority is the best way we can solve the problem we are facing in our country. And it's us. It is us who are in the public service who should do that. Dear colleagues, if you don't have the passion for the people, if you see citizens as a burden when they come to your office with problems, and if you believe your office is a space for your personal comfort zone, for enrichment or side business, then I can tell you are in the wrong place. You are in the wrong place. You are there volunteering your service in the best interest of the people of this country. And if you are in the wrong place, you must therefore ask yourself, why are you in the public service? Why can't you create a space for those who are ready to serve the public. They are there who are ready to serve the public. And I'm sure you, the majority of you, you are ready to serve the public. We have heard the complaints of poor service, inaccessibility, and the rude officials. And I'm sure we must also have experienced it. It's only not that you heard, we heard, but we experienced it, which is very unfortunate. This is not how the servants of the people must serve the people. You are professionals. You must be psychologists. And you must understand the environment in which you are operating. We have our people who are so desperate because of the situation surrounding them. When they are coming to seek for services, please don't worsen their situation. Just listen to them. Give them those 5 minutes. Even if you might not solve the problem at that particular time, the point that they feel listened, it matters to them. And it gives them a confidence. I'm really appealing. They don't tell people I'm too busy. They do not understand your business. Find a way of how you can them feel that they are being cared for. I therefore demand that really, for those of us who have such an attitude, let us change. When a person leaves the office happy, they will even open their minds. And when they go back to where they come from, they will have a complete different attitude. And they become even more innovative and contribute to the socio-economic development of our country. Yesterday, I was listening to the police record, or I read it in the newspapers, as to how many people who committed suicide from January to June. It's a surprise. It's a shock. And they are saying the cause is mental health. What is mental health? Mental health are people who are overwhelmed by problems. And if a person comes to our offices trying to get information and you did not treat a person properly, that's what could trigger the frustration in that person's mind. And then mental health become a problem in our country. We talk of public service because those who make up that body are people who have committed themselves to serve the public and not themselves. Hence, the government elected by the people does appreciate them through monthly salaries agreed and signed as you join the public service. All of you as civil servants, you have signed an agreement with the government, which simply means you have signed an agreement with the people of Namibia who are represented by the government. Your job description is there. And then they say, for this job we want you to do, this is what we are going to appreciate you with. And you say, fine, I'm ready to do that. But if you have taken that decision, why you do not do that? What I'm saying, think of the benefit you enjoy as a public servant. a regular monthly salary. In this government in Namibia, under the leadership of SWAPO Party, for the past 35 years, who can say a month has passed and I have not received my salary? It happens in some countries, you know that, but not in the Republic of Namibia. We all have access to medical aid costing 3.62 billion Namibian dollars. As civil servants, is that a small amount? Membership in the pension fund. There are some countries where medical aid does not exist, you know that. Housing and vehicle allowances. Career development opportunity. NIPAM is here. Why did we build it? We expected that when you are applying for a job, you qualify. But we still feel you need career development. And of course, local and international exposure. There's quite many of you who on your own, you cannot travel the length and the breadth of this country. But because you are a civil servant, you do that. That's an asset. Internationally, you travel, gain more experience, more exposure. And that's what I'm saying. To be a civil servant, there is more than just a salary. The above benefit serves as your driving force that must propel you towards the accomplishment of the assignment given to you. Just sit down quietly in your quiet corner and say, Mine Tumbo Nandi Ndaitwa. Sometimes I can even think where I come from, my family. If I have not been in the public service, would I be able to do all of this within my own family? And then appreciate and say, let me play my part. Let me play my part. That is very, very important. You must bear in mind that there are Namibians out there who are roaming in the street without opportunity for employment. And for us who are employed, we are the ones to create an opportunity for them. For example, if you are on a desk, which is to clear investors, whether you are in the Ministry of Home Affairs, whether you are in the Ministry of Trade, wherever you are, and you are delaying unnecessary investment to come into the country, do you know how many jobs you are sending out of the country? And these are the jobs that should have taken up the Namibians who are roaming in the streets. That should help you to develop an attitude of gratitude. When we count our blessings, we will serve with public. It's a bridge of contract and a betrayal of the nation trust. The nation trusts us. As civil servants, we are trusted by the nation, and we should not betray it. You know, when you betray the trust, the potential of war is there. And Namibia is the good example. The United Nations trusted the South African apartheid regime on Namibia in order to develop to assist the Namibian people to independence. That trust was betrayed by South African regime. What is the result? Is the war in this country. We are forced to go to war. And we lost so many precious lives. We still have people who are crippled. And we have those we are still to take care. And it's us civil servants, when we are here veterans who are not yet serviced, this is our responsibility, colleagues. All of us, we must make it our responsibility. Don't think when the veterans are talking, they are just talking to President Netumbo. They are talking to all of us. And we should all think, how do we make resources available so that we can take care of these veterans? Some of them who are permanently disabled because of the trust that was betrayed. And then we went to war. I believe in Namibia, civil servants or this workforce I'm addressing today, in your ability to drive change, thus together we can and must ensure that no Namibia is left out. I am talking to you because I believe in you. I sincerely believe in the Namibia civil servant. I really believe on the Namibian workforce that together we can change and transform our country and transform our economy. The abilities are on you. What you need is just really to do mind shift. Let us change, comrades. I'm calling you comrades. Sometimes you want to associate it with SWAPO. We have, as Namibians, we have something in common. And what we have in common is the well-being of the Namibian people. And that's what comrade simply means. What is common in all of us is really the well-being of the Namibian people and bring prosperity in this country. You can do it. You go to the same schools other civil servants in the world goes. You use the same books, my dear Namibians. We are just too few to be poor. We really so few to be poor. It's so heartening when you see a Namibian begging on the street. And you are every time going to the office. Have you ever asked yourself, as a civil servant in Namibia, what have I done to take that person out of the street? It's not just the money, colleagues. It's how we do the work. And I'm really appealing that we need to change and to ensure that no Namibian is left behind. The realities for some of our people remains very dire. Poverty, we see it. Inadequate access to service. Barriers to dignity. Sanitation. All of us as civil servants, we have an option for medical aid. And then we go for private practice. We don't use the state facilities. And that's why I said, Minister of Health, with your team, I gave the time frame. We will start with senior civil servants, starting politicians, senior civil servants. The government medical aid will be there, but for you and me, we should use the state facilities. So that we are serious. So that we are serious to make sure that state facilities are put to the standard to serve the nation properly. It's just fair. And I know you know that that's very fair. There is no way we can do it really. The mission of the public service is therefore to break down the barriers. It's our mission as public servant. I'm also a public servant. Maybe not in the same way you see it, but I'm a servant of the public. I'm here to serve the public. So don't just be misled by the word politician. Politicians are public servants. We must reform how we deliver service, especially for a young generation that tech savvy and mobile. With this technology and so on, are things that we cannot take for granted. And we need really to match with it. Custom care and citizen-friendly approach are no longer an option. They are a must, imperative. Custom care. And if we adopt it in the public service, it will be transferred to the general public. Because really service delivery in our country and custom care is something we need to work on very, very seriously. Director of Ceremonies, we know we are working under fiscal constraint. The public service wage bill stands at over 35 billion, saving over 1,000 employees. 100,000 employees. Thank you for your correction. I'm happy we are all listening. And with this, how are we assisting others who are not in the similar situation? This situation is unsustainable because we must create a balance from what we are spending on ourselves and what is the outcome. As such, we must therefore prudently utilize the scarce resources at our disposal by applying a concept of achieving more with less. So we really need to do so. The wastage is a reality, comrades, fellow Namibians, fellow civil servants. Let us avoid a wastage. How much you spend in your office? Do we really follow the procedures? Are we really saying they should always overtimes? That at the time from 8 to 1, lunch break, 2 to 5, is not enough? That we have regular overtimes. I wonder if we are always having work behind that overtimes must be approved. We must really exercise a highest physical discipline, aiming at achieving efficiency and effective objectives for the benefit of our people. It must be underscored that the government, by its nature, its design and structure, is not really to be the main employer for the majority of the population. The role of the government is to create a conducive environment for employment. By and large, employment is squarely within the domain of the private sector. And I'm saying this because of our economic mood of production that we have agreed as per our constitution that we are a mixed economy. And if you look in brackets, as much as we are mixed economy, whereby we said we are mixing the command economy and the capitalist economy, we are more on the side of capitalists. Therefore, let us facilitate the private sector to create jobs and not just always to look at the government. In the command economy, you expect the state to create all the jobs and to give all the services. But if you add it together, if you did your political economy, you find that they are somehow meeting there. Because in a command economy, you might have your payslip, which is showing an income that you consider is very little. But everything is provided free. Medical services, health services, transport is cheap and everything. I was a student in Moscow, Soviet Union. But in the capital economy, they make the list so big that is your income, and you have all deduction. So these are really things that we have to look. I did politics, not economics, but there was a subject on political economy. And these are the things we have to look at. That means all the systems are looking at the well-being of the people. My last study was in a capitalist country, Britain. But we were just given cards, you just choose which doctor you want to go to. And then you go there, you are treated like everybody. I got a baby in Britain while I was studying. Every week my son was getting 7 pounds. I don't know where it was coming from. So it's the well-being. Every state is taking care of the well-being of its people. Therefore, the quality of our services in the public sector will have an impact in the growth of the public sector as well as in the private sector. And that's why I say we must really take an inner oath to serve our nation to the best of our ability. Essential change is needed in mindset and behavior. This change wagon is already underway. The objectives are very clear in our NDP 6 strategic plans and annual plans, as well as in your performance agreement. We do not have time to waste, dear colleagues. We must move with the wagon swiftly and with a purpose. If you are ready to be part of this transformation, you are welcome on board. We are for transformation, very serious transformation, very serious one. And those of you who are ready, you are welcome on board. If not, you must re-evaluate your purpose in the public service and maybe tell us to stop at the next station and say goodbye to us. And in the next station, we'll be able to pick up those who want to be part of the transformation. There will be no business as usual. And I want everyone to make this your inner decision, colleagues. Don't be forced. Don't be forced. Do something that you like. If you don't like it, you are just doing it for a job, it is too bad. There are consequences of non-performance and non-effective service delivery. We are also reviewing our laws and see which laws will help us better in this economic transformation in our country. We talk about sustainable development. Unless you transform your economy, sustainable development will just be a word for you to talk about. It will not be realized. So, therefore, let us all be part of this. You love your nation, you must love what you do. I recall one day I was invited to be a guest speaker at the NAST graduation. I was emphasizing on the point of advising the students that I believe you have chosen a career of something you love. Because if you don't love it, you are not going to succeed. You are not going to succeed. I told them I love politics. Then after the break, a group of students came to me and they say, tell us, why do you love politics? You told us you are in politics because you love politics. I say, yes, I love politics. Because in politics, you have no shortage of opponents. And when you have opponents, you think better and you think more how to go around and win your opponents. So you must know why you are in a career. And that is really what I feel. As your president colleagues, dear Namibians, the land of the brave, you cannot be a land of the brave if you are not brave. So you are brave people. I want to tell you I am committed to building a strong, more responsive public sector as a cornerstone of inclusive development. That's what I'm committed. And I said, I want you also to respond accordingly. Can we all be committed to that? So that we serve our people to the best of our ability. When you just go to Katutura, comrade, how do you feel? When you see sharks burning in Swakop Walfish Bay, what do you feel? When you hear people dying somewhere, maybe food poisoning and so on, how do you feel? Can you really sleep? Me, I don't sleep. I don't really sleep. We must invest in skills, embrace innovation, and foster a spirit of teamwork at all levels of government. There is a say that one finger cannot pick up a needle. And this tells us the importance of teamwork. In the offices, colleagues, there are no friends. You are co-workers. You are co-workers. Don't be in the office and you have people you can talk to and there are those who cannot talk to. As a manager, you must bring up everybody. If that person is not able to deliver and you want to frustrate the person and just deal with the ones you like, you are a failure, colleagues. I always say when you serve in the office and when you are leaving, you are asked, among the people you were working with, whom do you think can take over from your job? If you say none, you have failed. Totally failed. And say, me, I feel proud of myself. As a minister, I produce a number of ministers who are my deputies. At environment, I produce a minister. At gender, I produce a minister. At foreign affairs, I produce 2 ministers. Because I'm there to, when you are in the leadership, it does not mean you are the one who knows everything. Mold to others, mender. If you are knocked down by a car, what is going to happen in that office? So really, when we talk about skill development, invest in skill, it's not only when people go to school. Not when people you send them to NIPAM. Not when you send the people to a whatever course. How are you mentored? That's what I'm talking about, among others. And embrace innovation. This thing of working like the UN, every time you go to resolution, what, resolution, what. Now we are seeing how multilateralism is dying because no innovation. It's a just reference. We have already agreed to that term. What does the term still have relevancy in 2025? So embrace innovation. When young people are coming, when they are employed in our ministries, in our offices, they are coming with new ideas. Let us listen to them. Embrace innovation. The books they used are not the books I have used. And the environment in which we are is not the same environment I have learned. And that's why we need to listen. It's not to say they take over our position. We learn from them. We must learn from one another. In fact, I believe that the staff coming, joining, they must have a better knowledge than myself. But I'll open my mind in order to learn from them because they are in a different environment. So that's why there's a question of advisors. When you are an advisor, you must know more than what I know. Because if you don't know more than what I know, what are you going to advise me? Yes. Advisor must know more knowledgeable on the subject matter than myself. Because otherwise, you are wasting the resources. If you can only tell me. And then the teamwork. When you are there, it does not mean you know everything. I have drivers. And as a politician, there are sometimes time of campaign, and you have to run. I'm telling you, if I know I went here, and then the driver say, the car is having a problem, I cannot just run. How can you do that? This is the person with expert here. He said, teamwork. I will have a program. This is our program. From here, we move here, we move here, we move here. Are our cars ready to go around that? And then they say they are ready. Or they say, no, one of the cars need to go to the service. Then they say, okay, let us adjust. It's teamwork. If you force, you are in danger. So, therefore, colleagues, teamwork. Against that backdrop, I urge you to remain vigilant for us to serve our people better, to ensure that there is no resource wastage. And we must remain vigilant against corruption in all its forms by understanding it as is a tantamount to treason. And I'll keep explaining this, because if corruption becomes a norm, you frustrate the population. One day they can say enough is enough. They'll go in the street. I don't know, it will be a lot of work for the service chiefs, but the population, they are the power. And that's how treason comes in. Because now you are doing it to instigate the population to overthrow the government. And that's how treason comes in. So we must understand when I say, I learned it in Tanzania from my mentor, and he was right. Because anything you are doing to instigate the population to go against the government, you want the government to overthrow, and overthrowing the government is a treason. So therefore, we must safeguard against that. Let us protect public resources as if they are our own. In any case, they are our own. Those public resources belong to the people of Namibia, and you are part of the society. I'm really appealing. I said I have confidence in you, and I mean it. Don't betray my trust on you for us to transform our economy and our country. Let us be a shining example, a land of the brave. I was proud Minister for Education. The performance of sports from the Region 5. Congratulations. Moving from position 7 to position 2 is commendable. Today I was listening on the television. NBC is introducing a training for is basically contributing to creative industry. When they are training the performers on the stage and so on, I'm happy we are all embracing our focus areas. Now sports, I see Namibians going to play in Sweden. I see Namibians playing in Algeria. And you see creative industry all over. Let us all embrace this. We are going to succeed. And these are job creation industries. Dear colleagues, fellow Namibians, fellow civil servants, servants of the public, as I'm concluding, I want to leave you with an African proverb on hard work and service, which reads, and I quote, "What you give, you get 10 times over." What you give, you get 10 times over. Let us give our best, and the rewards will multiply for generations to come. We must build the capacity, develop resilience, and earn the respect and trust of the people we serve. Respect and trust. Recently, when I was in Angola, at the Africa USA Business Forum, I was asked the question, why there's always like deadlocks when there are discussions between Africans and investors who want to invest in Africa. My question was very simple and honest. I said there's no trust between us. Why there's no trust is because when you come, you see us as underdogs. And you don't want us to discuss on equal terms. And that creates us not to trust you. And you also, you don't trust us because you think we want to cheat you. So trust is the thing if one has to succeed. So therefore, we must build capacity, develop resilience, and earn the trust or respect and trust of our people we serve. As the engine room of the government, you civil servants are all duty-bound to do things right that must aim to benefit our people. You must also remember that you occupy a special space in our national fabric. Use it wisely for the benefit of our all Namibians. Let us accomplish our goals and objectives together with one heart, one mind. That means we must be united at all times. As our founding president and father of the Namibian nation taught us, a people united, trying to achieve a common goal for all members of society will always emerge victorious. That's what an inheritance. What an inheritance that I really want to be planted in each and every heart and mind of a Namibian. I thought I was going to keep you shorter here, but I hope we have enjoyed the time together. Now, I have to make up for the time I have taken to you. But don't understand me out of context. If you have work unfinished, go back to your office, but you are free to take an early weekend for this day for you to digest what your president is. From a prime minister, can you go and write the directives? Because Ambassador Mukusa will say, where's the letter? So while you are here, communicate to your secretary, prepare that directives so that the whole public service knows, but don't leave work unfinished. I thank you, and together we will go higher.